everyone. I just finished reading this amazing book, The Palace of Illusions by Chitra Banerjee Divakaruni. It's the retelling of Mahabharat from Panchali's perspective. Very beautiful book. I had read this book first time back in the year 2020, and at that time I didn't even know the story of Mahabharat in detail. So after reading this book, I read Mahabharat and I ultimately read Bhagavad Gita because I wanted to know what exactly was the conversation that happened between Arjun and Krishna. And that book changed something in me, which I don't think I can express in words, but it did change my life perspective. And I'm deeply thankful to Chitra ma'am for writing this book because it all started with this book. This book has been instrumental in igniting that necessary interest in me for Vedic literature. So thank you, ma'am, for writing this book. The first time when I read this book, I was intrigued by the story, of course. Beautiful story. I was intrigued by the fact that woman is at the forefront, running the entire story, and the way women's emotions are expressed in this book. So beautiful. I think every woman at one point or the other would resonate with it and would feel for Draupadi. Very beautiful. This time when I reread this book, I actually felt that this book is distilling out very important life lessons which we can apply it in our life. The first very important lesson that this book is conveying is that even though Draupadi was married to the most powerful husbands and she belonged to the most powerful, she was the daughter in law of the most powerful kingdom, she still had to go through the worst humiliation that any woman could ever think of. Um, and and in that moment, what helped her was the purity of heart and her relationship with the divine, which helped her come out of it. So ultimately, it's not the power or the fame that is going to help us. It is it is our equation with the divine and the purity of heart that we hold, which is going to help us get through the difficulties in our life. Such an important message. And I like the way it is being depicted in this book also. When she calls upon divine, Krishna comes and tells her, Krishna tells her, no one can shame you if you don't allow it. Such a powerful message. And after whatever happened, after the Sabha, I also love the way Draupadi's emotions are being expressed in this book. I would read it out. What did I learn that day in the Sabha? All this time, I had believed in my power over my husbands. I had believed that because they loved me, they would do anything for me. But now I saw that though they did love me as much perhaps as any man can love, there were other things they loved more. Their notions of honor, of loyalty towards each other, of reputation were more important to them than my suffering. They would avenge me later, yes, but only when they felt the circumstances would bring them heroic fame. A woman doesn't think that way. I would have thrown myself forward to save them if it had been in my power that day. I wouldn't have cared what anyone thought. The choice they made in the moment of my need changed something in our relationship. I no longer dependent on them so completely in the future. And when I took care to guard myself from hurt, it was as much from them as from our enemies. Very deep. Another important message that this book is delivering is that even though life would uh, put in struggles and difficult times, and we would face difficult times, we would face our struggles, uh, all of us hold that strength and that courage to face it resolutely and fearlessly. Only thing is that we need to be accepting of it, and we should be positive about what is. Um, and if if we believe, and if our equation with the divine is strong, then in some way or the other, universe would send in the right people, or right guidance, or right things in our life which we need at that moment to help us come out of the problem, or uh, help us face the difficulties in our life with strength, and with courage. So I love the way it is being depicted in this book. Though Draupadi goes through a lot of struggles, faces a lot of struggles, and goes through a lot of difficult times, I love the way every time, whenever she needed help or whenever she needed the right guidance, Krishna would come and give her the right advice, or give her the right guidance to come out of the problem. Very beautifully depicted in this book. At the very beginning of the book, when Panchali was in her teens, she was not very accepting of her complexion. And in that moment, Krishna comes and tells her, a problem becomes a problem only if you believe it to be so. And often others see you as you see yourself. Such powerful message, um, and so important. I think we all have to be accepting of who we are. We need to be happy with ourselves. Only if we are happy with ourselves, we would be able to emanate that happiness, that love, and that compassion for others. Very beautiful and strong message. Again, when in one of the incidences, Draupadi was facing some dilemma, and she didn't agree with Krishna on a particular point. Krishna tells her, Krishna says, "Dear one, time will teach you what you refuse to learn from your well-wishers." Such a powerful message. I think this is something which we all would have experienced in our life too. Again, in the story, when I could safely say that when Panchali was living best of her days, she was in love with her palace and her palace life, and her routine. Um, she was very happy, and Krishna could see that she's getting attached to it. And since Krishna could also see the future, he comes to her and he tells her that, Krishna says, don't be so attached to what is. All things in this world change and pass away. Some after many years, some overnight. Appreciate the palace of illusions by all means. But if you identify so deeply with it, you set yourself up for sorrow. Very important message, and I love the way it is presented in the book. I think Krishna would come at the right time, give her the right guidance, and was at the same time preparing Panchali for the struggles and the difficulties which she was yet to face. And it's actually being presented in the book very beautifully. You all would love it. Okay. I love the way this book ends. Giving out the most important life lesson, which is the fact that ultimately, um, everything in our life is impermanent. Only permanent thing that we have in our life is our relationship with the divine. That is the only permanent thing. Everything else is impermanent. Life is just a play. We need to play it beautifully. We need to play it by being a righteous person, by doing the right things, um, by living it joyfully, uh, and fulfill our prescribed duties. Uh, very beautifully, the way this book ends and the message that it is conveying, it is very important message for life. I would end by saying one quote by Krishna in this book. I think it was yes, it was after the war when Draupadi was consumed in sadness, looking at the destruction that it had caused. Krishna comes to her and tells her that Krishna says, just as we cast off worn clothes and wear new ones, when the time arrives, the soul casts off the body and finds a new one to work out its karma. Therefore, the wise grieves neither for the living nor the dead. Beautiful lines. Okay. Okay, so go ahead, read this book. I am anticipating that most of you have already read this book. If you haven't, then go ahead and read it. You would love this book. I'm 100% sure about that. And if you have already read it, then I think it's the right time to reread this book again. Go read it. Happy reading, everyone.